Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name is Sebastian.
And on this week's show...
Hold on a second. Before we get started.
Jesus,
Okay.
that was quick.
My daughter hit me with something in regards to our last two shows that I don't know if we're going to have to change the way we're doing things, but
no.
She might be making a good point. I don't know.
What?
She feels that we're displaying too much... what's the word she used? Melatonin,
melatonin, that's for sleeping,
I'm not
bro.
tired. Yeah.
something about our masculinity,
You mean
our
meninism?
machismo.
What'd you say?
Meninism?
Meninism, yes,
Like
that's exactly what it
That
is.
sounds like
the
a
opposite.
religion.
It's the opposite side of oh, you mean Mennonites?
Yeah.
No, it's the other side of feminism,
So we're too manly.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess because we were saying a lot of because I'm a man, I did this, and if I didn't do that, I'm not a man.
Well, then
I
that's
mean,
your perspective. Like, how is that? I'm confused.
well, that's how we grew up,
Right.
in my opinion. I
Right.
mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I'm a man. I'm just saying I'm a man in regards to I'm an adult. I just consider myself a man, and this is what, in my opinion, adults or in my perspective, a man does.
Right.
But I guess we were just saying it so much that she was like, "Oh, you guys showed off a lot of what was that name word again?
Meninism?
Meninism."
Man, that's hard to say. Even just listening to you.
Or like toxic masculinity? That type of
I
thing?
guess it was going down that route, but I mean, she wasn't saying it in a bad way, like
Right.
it was a negative thing, but it was more like, you know, she got off. She's just got the impression that we were just.
But here's let me throw this at you, Tony. How do you feel about the thought that the world today is trying to take masculinity away, is trying to make men soft? I think that women have go ahead, and then I'll come back on my thought.
No, I think maybe it's more of women are trying to be on equal ground. So maybe the feminists is trying to be equivalent to meninist.
Yeah.
So they've just given it a word instead of, let's say, macho or what have you.
Machismo or bravado or...
So I don't necessarily think they're trying to bring us down more as they're trying to come up, if that makes sense.
Well, but
What if they're getting... What if they're trying to get to our level while bringing us down at the same time?
crabs in a bucket, bro. We're up here, they're grabbing us to climb up. You know what I'm saying? It's just what's happening. Now, look, but on a serious note, though, it seems like in order for them to get to where they want to be or to feel equal, like they need to be above us. The problem is that, yes, you know what? There are a lot of things that women can do that men can do. But there's a lot of things that women can't do that men can, and the same way, the other way around.
Are you talking more of a physical sense? I mean, like I could lift more weight than
to some degree.
woman?
To some degree, yes, because I think that where the cause gets lost is that it's the educated women. It's going to be rough. It's the
My daughter's educated.
right. It's the educated women that tend to feel the brunt of I'm not being treated as an equal intellectually. I think it's fair to say. Now, there's women that work in like, let's say Costco or let's say Sam's Club or something like that, right? And they have the same job as a dude, right? But there's times where they can't lift what's on that pallet to get it to where it needs to go.
Okay.
So they have to ask their counterpart, which is a male, that's getting paid the same to do the same job, the same amount of money, all that, to help her out. So where's the equality in that? Why do I have to help you do your job for you to get paid the same as I do? Right?
Why do you got to be a dick?
Well, because you know what? They want equality. That was okay. Well, then be equal.
My thought on equality, well, Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Well, come on.
I'll change my mind.
He's still trying to get a date.
Right.
Well, that, and I was going to hurt a lot of feelings with what I just said, or what I was going to say.
I see what you mean, and if we were females, I think she would just say we're being very feminist.
Feminist, yeah.
So again, I don't necessarily think she's being negative about it. She was just saying, it was kind of a lot of testosterone was flowing through the room.
The male was obvious in that.
Yeah, it was, and listening back, I kind of heard a lot, especially myself saying, "Oh, because I'm a man."
Right.
When I was getting off the toilet when I was sick in the hospital,
right,
and I tried to wipe myself, and I added, because I'm a man, I made the effort.
Right.
Why couldn't I have just said I made the effort? Why did I have to throw, because I'm a man, I made the effort?
Well, because look at yourself in that situation.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because you're a fucking man.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But isn't that a given? I mean, but why did I feel the need? Because now I'm kind of seeing her point. Why did I feel the need to say, I'm a man, so I made the effort?
Because they're looking too deep into it. It's just the way we speak.
But okay, now is it a generational thing? Because it's the way we speak.
Absolutely,
it is. I can tell you this from my experience.
Yeah, because I think this generation is so afraid of offending anybody that, right?
I'm not, but
they're so Well, I've taught you well.
Let me just say that's
why you're not.
Let me just say that's the first time that I've backed down from saying a joke.
It is. And I'm proud of you for that.
Yep,
I'm proud of you.
It's the first time I've backed down from saying a joke.
But you know what? I really like. Yes, you know what? It is generational, but they've displaced. I think they've displaced us as a generation and trying to make us succumb to what they want, and that whole generation of, hey, you came, here's a trophy. Great job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah, everyone gets a piece.
Yeah,
but is it now from our point of view? I'll say our, but maybe just yours,
okay?
Because I'm not necessarily picking a side yet.
Right.
Back to the pecking order. Are we trying to say I'm a man, so because you're a woman, I'm above you in the pecking order?
No, because I think, and especially now that there are feminists, a woman, because women say it all the time. Hey, I did it because I was a woman. I went through and I made it through, and I made it through with the strength of a woman to have a baby without an epidural or without any kind of painkillers. Right? Or, hey, I was able to do this because I needed to do it for myself and other women. Right? It would be this. It's that same kind of, it's almost like a sense of pride for who you are. Oh, I did it because I'm a man. As a man, I felt like I needed to at least give it a try. The same with a woman. Hey, a woman, but the difference is a woman might not tell you that she tried.
So, did you? I'm sorry. Did you say? Back to the epidural situation. Did you say I did it because I'm a woman, or she would say because I'm a woman, or I used my womanly strength to be able to push the baby out without any kind of, or I did it because I'm a woman, because I'm a strong woman. I was able to push the baby out without any kind of epidural, any kind of painkiller. I can't picture a woman saying that. Not that one ever has. And again, I'm going back to, why did I have to say because I'm a man?
Because that's how you identify.
Oh, true.
Right?
Yes, very true. And I don't see a problem with me saying that. But I think the new generation is saying,
takes it as because I'm a man. I try to wipe my own ass.
I can't let anybody try to help me without me obviously needing help first.
Oh, I'm a man. I can't show weakness. No, that's not what he's saying. He said, "Look, I dug down deep in my manhood to wipe my ass, and I couldn't."
Right.
They take it all the wrong way. Just like I've noticed that even today when we were talking, you say the word "old lady." when you talk about your wife.
Yeah.
I used to do the same thing, and people used to give me so much shit on the radio for it. And some lady called me, "Hey, hold on, let me explain something to you first of all." I said, "You're saying it wrong. I didn't say old lady. Old lady is something else."
Right.
I said old. That's so much a term of endearment. Like that's my tried and true. You know what I mean? Like that's
you could
my
say
it.
that's your pride and joy.
Yeah,
ride
you know
or
what I
die.
mean? Right. And so stop taking offense to things that
The little shit.
right that doesn't mean anything. Like old lady is a term of endearment. Yeah, it is. Dude, since we were like 16, 14. Oh yeah, that's my old lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a term of endearment. Just the same with saying, "I tried because I was a man." It's the same as saying, "I tried because I didn't want to fail." But we identify as men, so we say, "Hey, I did it because I was a man." Because as men, we were trained to work not to fail, and that's where she has the problem.
Again, I'm not saying she had a problem.
Well, I'm just.
But okay, let's go with that. When you say "I tried because I'm a man" or "I did it because I'm a man,"
Right.
Would a woman say, "Well, are you saying that if you're a woman you couldn't have done it? Why would you have to say I was able to accomplish this because I'm a man?" Whereas a woman, again, would she say? Are you saying that if you were a woman, you wouldn't be able to accomplish it?
No, but I've heard women say that I've accomplished it even though I'm a woman. As a woman, I was able to accomplish this when she had worked in areas where it was only men. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And their accomplishments, they'll say, "Yeah, you know what? I did this. Even though I'm a woman, I was able to achieve all this." And when they say it, it creates a sense of, well, shit, that's a badass woman. Right? But when we say, "Oh yeah, I did it because I'm a dude. I did it because I'm a man."
How dare you?
Oh, how dare you? Just because you're a man, you think that you don't think a woman can do it. No, that's not it.
We as men are trapped in a corner.
And more so now.
Because of the turn that feminism has taken. I'm not saying that your daughter has taken this angle, but a lot of feminists nowadays have taken it to a toxic level of, we don't want to be equal with men, we want to be better than men and shit on them. So
let's clear something. What's your daughter's name? Can you say it or you don't want to say it?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it yet.
So Tony's daughter, listen.
She's gonna say,
one of the exes,
why'd you tell him? Why'd you tell him I told you this?
One of the X's on the paycheck. Okay, listen. Listen, we're not coming down on you at all, but we use what you mentioned to your dad as a platform to get to this kind of stuff, because it's important that we all understand that there may be a generational gap with the things that we say, but the things that we say aren't always meant to be how you're taking them. Yeah, it's not about machismo. Sometimes, men, when they get around each other, they're braggadocious.
Right.
We talk shit to each other because that's the way men carry on. At least that's our generation of men carry on. I remember partying with your dad, hanging around with your dad.
Good save, question mark?
And we would talk shit in the whole group, just clowning around for 5-6 hours a night, like nights on end, like it never stopped. And today you can't do that. Like, you can't get, like, boys don't get around and joke around with each other like that from the way they make it sound. You know what I mean?
Well, let me give you an example. My group of friends,
right?
My ring of friends, we can do that. But where I work, I've noticed I can't do that as hard. People just can't handle it as much.
It's because they're scared of HR.
Yeah.
I'm not
I was going to
fucking
say,
scared of
yeah,
them.
it's
Whatever.
because you're around the workplace. And
Even out of that, they won't.
Really?
Yeah. I went to Justin's house,
Oh yeah.
and him and his cousin were there.
And they don't talk
They
shit the way we do.
don't do it like that. And I'm
Really?
sitting there with Justin riffing off him like that.
you know, the funniest thing that kind of deep shows on display what we're talking about is if you've seen the movie 21 Jump Street.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
and that scene when they pull up to the school on the first day,
Right.
and
The jocks aren't king shit anymore.
and he knocked out I forgot the kid's name, the good better looking one.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. He hits that one kid because he mouthed off, and they were like, "What are you doing?"
Right. I think I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that's probably the way school is nowadays.
You
like,
know what? It probably is.
because it started being like that on our exit.
You think?
It was starting to turn that way, like because computers came about, and I didn't even have a fucking Atari growing up. You know what I mean? Like, much less a computer at home. Like, so there was. You want to talk about a gap? Let's talk about the financial gap from when we were kids to the kids that we went to school with. Like, that was astronomical.
Yeah.
And for us to be able to be where we are and do the things that we do says a lot about us as men.
Well, there's the nail in our coffin.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, the financial gap. I remember only the rich kids drove cars when we went to high school.
Well, shit, dude, I remember parking my two-tone purple Monte Carlo in a sea of BMWs and Volvos, and you know what I mean?
Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah. Well, that's when they were big, right?
Yeah.
Who had that mint green one with a white top?
I don't remember.
And then Rick with his
Cabriolet.
yeah, his pink Cabriolet. Oh, it was purple, right? It was white in high school.
Yes, purple.
And then he painted it after, right? He's trying to mock my two-tone purple Monte Carlo. Rick always trying to be like me. No, I'm just kidding, Rick.
Whoa.
Do you remember the story of one of the kids? I believe his dad owned a dealership, and I think he had a lifted Toyota truck.
Yeah, it was. Hold on. George Athan.
I don't remember. But
He had a little brother.
they we used to go out to lunch. We used to be able to leave campus, and one day his truck was stolen, and they didn't know where it was, and police report, the whole nine. And it turned out a couple of days later they went off-roading during lunch, and I think they rolled it.
Really?
And somehow they got back to school and just acted like it got stolen.
Wow. Wow. You just outed him right now. Like the insurance company's going to go back. Hey, they're going to call him over at his Audi dealership in fucking San Diego. Hey, George. I guess I gave him the rest of the information right now, right? Where to find him. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. Yeah, that guy's always on vacation.
Really?
Yeah, he's on my Facebook. Dude's always somewhere in takes pictures with his two hot daughters.
Wow.
Jesus
Yeah, I said it.
Christ.
Yeah, I don't. Hey,
They're over 18.
Again, Facebook. I don't.
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, that's right.
Shut up. It's the whole reason his daughter said that shit.
That's funny.
Tell me I'm wrong, Tony's daughter.
Now, speaking of the roles the male and the female take,
Okay.
when it comes to marriage,
Wrong person to ask. No, I'm just kidding.
you got this person generally does the dishes, this person generally throws out the trash or does the yard work, let's say,
Right.
for example. Do you think, because that's our generation, that's how my wife and I handle it.
Correct.
Something's wrong with the door squeaking, I'm the one that has to fix it.
Correct.
Generally, more times than not, she does the laundry. Do you think the next generation sees it that way?
No.
Plays those roles?
No.
Do you think they should? Do you think it's working out for them?
No.
Well, how did it work for you and yours when you were married?
Dude, when I was married to their mother, I was the only one that worked. She worked for a very short time, but she did like 2 hours here, 2 hours there, 2 hours there. So
did she take the whole?
that was her job, was to make sure that the house was taken care of.
Okay,
Let's just say it.
Did she? I mean, but
She
was
don't
it taken
listen.
care of?
Yeah.
Okay,
For the most part.
So then, so she assumed that role because you assumed your role.
Right.
I mean, the role that you had.
The man role.
Yeah. Well, got me.
I got it.
Sorry, baby
shit.
girl. So, how about finances?
Can we talk about the fact that you built it up to such a good point with your whole conversation with us two, and then it's fucking gone now.
Just shit all
In
over, right?
2 sentences, it's fucking over.
You know, finances is kind of tricky. We grew up in a generation where, you know, you bring home the check and it is what it is. It's one pot. Everybody pulls out of the same pot.
Correct. Now, was that just because there was only one check coming in? Because in generations prior to us, generally, the wife stayed home while the man worked.
Right.
So there was only one check coming in. But now that there's two incomes per.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, Tony. Hold on to your hat. So like we didn't look at it like it was it was one job. Like one went to work and one stayed at home. Because her staying home, taking care of kids, doing laundry, having fucking food ready, you know, making sure whoop-de-whoop, all that other shit that's work.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me.
You know what I mean? Undoubtedly, that's work. I'll never take that away from a woman. If you stay home, you probably work harder than I do as a man, except for that fucking 4 hours where you sit and watch soap operas.
There's the third sentence.
Just kidding. But, you know, so I remember one time I came home and my wife said, "Hey, is it okay if I order a magazine?" I was like, "What the fuck are you asking me for?" I said, "Listen, baby, look, when we got together, I knew and we understood that I was going to assume the role of going out and working and making the money because you wanted to stay home with the kids, and I'm cool with that. I appreciate that.
Fuck them kids.
Like I thought that was the most important thing was for her to be.
What'd you say? Fuck them kids.
Yeah. That's how it feels like it felt.
So yeah, fuck you, stay home with the kids. I gotta get the fuck out of here. No, it's not what happened. So I appreciate the fact that she wanted to stay home with the kids and whatnot. And hey, look, you know what? When the check hits the bank account, that's our money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to ask me for anything. That's our money. The money's there, and you know where all the other money's allocated to, and you want to go do something. You don't have to ask me.
But okay, with that being said, who was doing the bills at the end of the month per se?
She would do them. I didn't.
Okay, so all right, so because it made better sense to me that if you were the one handling all the bills, and she wanted to, order a magazine?
You're right.
Well, maybe she didn't know where the budget was for that
Right.
magazine. But if she handled the books, then she probably...
Because I think it was important for us at the time. Like, okay, I'll bring home the money. You take care of it and send whatever needs to be paid and take care of all that. And let me know if we need more. I'll figure out how to get more. Just how it worked.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it worked for us.
Well, like in my home, you know, we have dual incomes. And just because I'm better with numbers in general, and I'm more disciplined in you know, not necessarily spending.
So are you trying to say money burns a hole in your wife's pocket?
Well, she can't handle cash because cash grows legs and it seems to leave her purse.
Yeah.
But
Shit.
you know, she's not denied anything. I mean, because it's our money. It's not that it's a big deal. It's just that I generally take care of all the bills.
Right.
Because I know when they're due. I look at the envelopes coming in. I just don't understand these relationships now that everything's split 50-50. How do you split the mortgage 50-50? You cover the SCE bill, the Edison bill, and I'll cover the gas and the cable. I can't wrap my head around how couples do that nowadays.
You know what? It's a mystery to me. I know that my brother and his wife do it that way. If I were to get married again, or if I were to be with somebody, I think I'd do it that way.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Only because I spent so many years taking care of somebody financially, I don't want to do it anymore.
But don't you lose out on the whole this is us? I mean, because when you're separating, you know, this is my money, that's your money, you do what you want, I do what I want with mine, but we got obligations we got to meet. But so where does the whole we're in this together?
Well, but it's different, Tony, because you and your wife came up together. Make sense? Like you guys.
Oh, we started from zero.
Right.
Okay.
So you guys grew financially together. Nowadays, it seems like kids are waiting longer to get married, so they've already semi-established themselves. So if you got $5 and you've always had $5 and it's always been your own, you don't want to put your whole $5 in a pot to share with somebody. I'll give you $250. I got to keep $250 for myself. Make sense?
Yeah.
And I don't exactly think that it's, let's split the mortgage and then you take it and then we'll split this and you take those two. I think it's one person takes care of the mortgage and the other person takes care of everything else.
I know some people that are like that, but I also know somebody that, they split the mortgage.
Split everything.
And he tells me all the time. My wife tells me she don't got the mortgage payment this month. I got to cover the whole thing. And I just sit there and chuckle because I can't believe.
That sounds childish to me.
What, I don't have the mortgage payment this month?
No, that he's griping about, like, I got to take care of the whole mortgage.
But why isn't it? It's a legitimate gripe if that was the agreement.
Yeah, but it sounds super like that's your wife. Like, to me, that sounds childish. It's like,
to me, it sounds like they're not on the same page. That she don't take that shit seriously. Oh, well, fuck it. If I ain't got it, he gonna pay it anyway.
Yeah. Well, of course, she's got me out. I mean, I got this purse. Hey.
Yeah. So he.
But he tells me not all the time, but he's said it more than once. My old lady ain't got her full half of the mortgage. I got to cover $300-400 of it on her end.
Well, see, but so like there, it seems like you're setting yourself up for failure. How do you rectify that? Hey, look, you still owe me like $3,000 because you ain't been able to make the payment.
That's where it's fucked.
Right?
Is that everybody starts playing the, you fucking owe me game.
Right.
The way I think they handle it, if she doesn't come up with it soon, it's more like, okay, well then you'll cover groceries for the next week or two.
I'm going to need to start asking for favors. I don't know who your friend is, but it ain't just going to be your birthday and holidays no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. I think that there's definitely a lack of understanding or maybe even willingness on her part to really be involved in that.
Let me ask you this. You said if you were to get in another relationship, that's how you would do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're full on in this relationship. You guys have moved in together, married, whatever. She don't come up with her whatever arrangement you guys have. You cover the mortgage. Okay, she covers the utilities.
Okay.
You get a notice that your water's going to get cut off because the bill wasn't paid. And she says, I'm sorry, honey, I don't have it.
Well, I'm going to hand her the phone and say, hey, you better call somebody and see if they got some money they can lend you. Cause don't forget, I used to work in collections.
Okay, hold on a second. I mean, are you being serious? You're going to tell your old lady you need to call somebody to borrow some money.
Well, I think we would have a conversation about, all right, so what's going on? Why aren't you... Why is it that this is like the third
Let's
or
just
fourth
say
month?
She's horrible with her finances.
Well, then maybe I need to take over your finances for you.
You can't do that. That's my money.
Okay, well then maybe you need to find your own place to live so you can pay your own bill.
Oh, you see, but that's what I mean by then you're not all in. If you guys are separating your money, you're not all in it together, and so that gives you the opportunity to say, well, then you need to get out. I can't. I mean, my wife and I we're together. I can't tell her you need to get out.
Right. Well, you're right. I'm probably saying that jokingly, but I would at some point.
This is no laughing matter,
right? So, but
this is wife and death here.
So yeah, literally. So, but like, I guess you have to. I guess it just depends on how much you're willing to take, or how much does it really matter to you?
If you decided to spend the rest of your life with this person, you're willing to take it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Tony, what about my heroes? What about my wants and desires? If I'm covering her $300-400 a month, where am I going to get the things I want?
Shouldn't you want only her? Isn't she the only thing that matters?
Damn.
Well, yes, but if that's true, then I should also be the only thing that matters to her. So she should be able to come up with her end of the money because she's all in, right? I'm what matters the most, right? And if she knew that $300 was hurting my pocket, wouldn't that make her want to come up with it? Bam. Meninize that shit.
It's already there. You did it yourself.
Women want to be equal. Well, there you go. We're splitting the bills equal.
Yeah.
Have at it.
I don't get me wrong. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
See,
because I'm seeing these relationships do this.
Women are like Christians.
Uh-oh.
In the fact that Christians oftentimes will crack open the book and read one passage and stick to that passage and think that makes them a great Christian. The book says, follow me in its entirety to the best of your ability. Not get this one little piece and ride that out. The same with feminists. Look, we want to be equal until we can't do it ourselves, and then you take care of it.
I hear you. I understand.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And that's what's hard, because just like we grew up opening doors for women, and now women get offended when you do that.
Yeah.
I grew up opening door. I could do that. Oh shit! Then why don't you take your own car then? If you know what I mean? Like, it's stupid, dude. Like, I'm trying to be kind. I'm trying to show you I know how to be a gentleman. I want to be able to treat you like the queen that you tell everybody that you are, or the way you sashay around like you are. Let me do this for you. Like, this is how I want to love you. This is how I want to do things for you.
Well, I mean, yes, but that comes later on in the relationship, I think. I think in the beginning, like we mentioned in the past, you're trying to jockey for position in the beginning of your relationship. So that's why they say, you don't have to do that for me. I can do it myself. Because we're still getting to know each other. So I don't want you to think that
I need you to do that for me.
Yeah, I'm that type of woman that needs that done for me. I'm my own. Damn, I'm sounding like a feminist, right?
So then what happens on the flip side of that coin, right? You open the door for her, she says, I can handle it. So the next time you come up to a door, you don't open it for her, you let her go. Well, why didn't you open the door for me? What happens there?
Yeah. Well, it's just like when you go out on a date. I've been, because all this shit's been weird, right? Like, I gone out and the girl, oh no, I'll pay for half, or I got it. Like, no, look. We're about the same age. You understand that I grew up in a generation where I have to pay. I won't feel right if I allow you to pay. You know what I mean? And they'll argue. No, I want them. Look, bitch. There's no expectations. I'm not gonna.
Well, I think maybe that's her concern,
right? You know what I mean?
You buy me a meal, I'm gonna have to do something to pay you back.
Well, as long as she knows the rules, then we okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, like that. But that's where that I think that's where that generational gap has really screwed up the plight of the man, because I think there was a few bad eggs, and men back in the day did shitty shit. But the men that were really taught how to treat you and understand the nuances of being a man, right? A gentleman. Okay. Better yet. How about we say that? The nuances of being a gentleman are lost on this generation, because they won't allow us to be that, because they think we're doing it as a power move, which it's not. It's because we were taught to treat you as a delicate flower. Even you're not. We get that.
And they're growing up to be saying,
Men,
treat me as an equal, not as that delicate flower.
right?
Because you treat me as that delicate flower personally, I'm being treated like that professionally, and I'm not being treated as an equal. So if I want to be treated as an equal on this side of the coin, I got to be treated as an equal on that side of the coin. No?
I don't think so. I don't think so, Tony, because I think because that same girl, right? Let's say you were going out on a date, right? And that girl, yeah, she was kind of into you. Yeah, she had a good time with you. Yeah, she wanted to go out to dinner with you, right? But if she finds somebody that she's really into, right? And she's like this at the table and she's leaning forward and she's engaged in everything you said, will change her personality to allow that man to be who we were just talking about. Make sense?
Yeah, she opened herself up.
Right.
Right.
So I think under the right circumstances, women are still those, sorry, ladies, but you're still those princesses that want to be saved. Not that you need to be. You're always looking for that knight in shining armor because, again, that's what you were groomed to do as a child. Disney made that happen, right? Fucking bridal magazines made that happen. Teen magazines made that shit happen.
Yes.
MTV made that shit happen. Now look at all these girls now, right? That are on TikTok, that are on Facebook, that are on Instagram. I know you don't know anything about that, but I'm gonna educate you. All these girls now that know how to put on fucking makeup and that know how to make themselves all Kim Kardashian, right? And they talk about, let me show you how to get a 7-figure, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, look, not all women want to be treated the same. They're going to go and live on their looks and find somebody that makes $1 million, $2 million, $30 million, right? And the dude that's going to treat you right and is going to put you and care about your cares and care about the things that you want is going to be that dude that makes a consistent $60, $70, $80, $130,000 a year. You know what I mean? That you won't look at because you're busy trying to get that 7 figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're using your feminine wows to do that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you have super educated women up here that want to be treated as equals intellectually, but you still have that minority of women. And I didn't say minority women. I said that minority of women.
That didn't need to be clarified.
No,
Come
it
on.
did. It absolutely did. You have that minority of women that still want to be
Pandered to.
Yes, that's a great word. Thank you. Does that make sense?
That minority of women are, this might be a dumb question, but are they also educated? Because it kind of seems like they might be the ones that, let's say, didn't go on to secondary schools and they're taught to just find a husband.
There may be, but there's also those girls that did go work at a strip club that did do it to get to pay for her college,
To pay for her psychology major.
right? You know what I mean? There are women that are educated that are doing that because perhaps they saw that was an easier avenue to reach that top level, that small group that are saying that they're being treated unjustly, that they can reach and mix in that same group of people with money, and then as the educated woman that took the hard road.
They got to the top of that pole.
Yeah. Bow chicka bow bow. That make sense?
Totally, yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying our meninist was wrong.
A minimalist lives in a tiny house.
Right. With very little stuff.
You know, yeah, I just wanted to see. I saw her point of view. Is what I'm trying to say. I got it, but hey, that's how our daddy is.
Yeah, I mean, I see it too,
and that's how her mommy likes it.
Because she a woman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, this show has both destroyed and advocated meninism.
Meninism,
all in one fell swoop.
We gotta stop worrying about the dumb shit and just let people be people. Whether it's
good luck,
whether it's race, color, financial status, whatever, dude. Like, people talk the way they talk. People walk the way they walk. They dress the way they dress.
And they quack the way they quack.
Who gives a shit?
But it's also people now feel emboldened to speak up and say, I didn't appreciate that. Whereas our generation might just say, this guy's an asshole, don't pay attention to him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's a scary place to be, Tony. Because you see, and sometimes it's, that bold an attitude is misguided. I mean, these people punching old people in the face while they're walking by. Like, come on, dude. Who gets off on hitting an 80-year-old man walking that's just left a grocery store with?
I believe that's called a sadist.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry to be the literal one, but
yeah, right. Like, I don't know, dude. Oh man, it all left.
I
forgot what we were talking about.
You're welcome.
You interrupted and ruined it.
Back to people now feel they should speak up.
Like all these people that lose their shit in Walmart or at gas stations.
Yeah, dude.
Did you hear about that lady that got this lady stabbed somebody at a gas station 27 times because the woman asked her to put on a face mask.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Stabbed her 27 times, Tony.
And I thought the bigger story was the one at Starbucks that started yelling.
Yeah,
because she was told to put on a mask.
That's crazy, right?
Dude, that is nuts.
Like, you have all these people, like, even all these people that are going out to all these, MAGA events or Democratic events or all the supporters. And I mean, we have gone to stand misguidedly for our beliefs that people get so angry and so enraged and so blind to what's going on that they just lose their shit.
We've stopped loving thy neighbor.
And I think part of that is part of this is this pandemic that we've all been kind of locked up and we're going through this sea of, and we're all at home now and we're paying attention to all this bullshit news. We're paying attention to all these bullshit politics. And then you're on the internet and you're finding all these different websites that tell you all this different bullshit about what's what and all the conspiracy theories. And it just chews at you and it just eats you up and your mind gets swallowed. It's overwhelming. The amount of information that can be thrown at you. And I think that
even before all this, the amount of information that's out and available to everybody is immense and overwhelming.
It could be just the fact that, we're getting too much information. We're learning too much and causing us to try to be more involved.
Right.
And that just brings more emotion into it, more feelings. And
the only emotion people want to feel is anger.
And you know what's
funny?
They
want something to blame.
Right? And you know what's funny is it started with these kids that hung out behind the keyboard and all of a sudden found an avenue to go out, and because everybody was talking about, oh, well, you're hide behind the keyboard and you think you're tough and blah, 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 right?
Keyboard warriors.
So all of a sudden, okay, well, I can go out and I can put a mask on, I can put a hat on and a hoodie and nobody will ever know who the hell I am. Watch me.
Yeah.
Right? So then things start happening to them. Well, then their parents are like, well, shit. We got to go, you know what I mean? We got to go handle things. Look what's going on what's happening to our children. What's going to happen to their children if we don't step in?
It's just snowballed.
And now we've got cities that blow up. We've got mayors and governors that can't control their cities. We've got looters and rioters, and you got protagonists. You got people out there that are pushing these people to get that shit done. You know what I mean? Oh, let's get. Oh, and you know what I mean? So it's just. And even during some of the riots, all the shit that was out, and people trying to make up stories about, the bricks were here just to make us throw them at the shops and all that.
They were planted.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, maybe they were. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know, but it sounded like it was a story to make you angry. Make you react.
Overreact, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the fucked up part. I think that the media plays a lot into all of that and a lot into where we are. And that they need to rein that in because, we talk about that there's so much news and information in our face. Remember when we were growing up, MTV was first. Right? Where they did all music all the time. And it wasn't fucking shows.
Yeah.
It was Devo. It was Motley Crue. It was Whitesnake. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Pat Benatar.
And that's it, right? The Eurythmics. Yeah. Like, you turn it on any given time other than Yo MTV Raps, that you were probably going to catch one of them fucking songs. Right? Like you couldn't help that shit. And then somebody decided, hey, you know what? We can make a news station. So they did. And then there was days where it was really slow, so they'd show you the fucking surfing squirrel and the chicken playing the fucking piano, right? Now, how many fucking CNNs are there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean just that brand, but I'm talking about that style of station, news. Right? They're just news networks. And all the news comes from one place. There's one news group that gets all the news and they teletype it out to all these different stations. That's why when you could turn on any station and they're all telling you the same news with the same narrative. It all comes from the same place. But nobody checks it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that leaves and we suffer for it. You know what I mean? And what I mean by we is all of us. Not just you and I. Like, the world suffers for what they put out and the narrative that they choose to go with, the perspective that they choose to put the news out with. You know what I mean? And that's scary.
And what do you think is going to happen on November 4th?
There was a guy that came to my store today that happens to work for Loomis. The people that pick up the money and all that shit, right? He said, hey, dude. He said, be ready for voting day. Next week, shit's going to get crazy.
It is, kid.
Things are going to go super sideways.
Yeah. Regardless of the winner, it's going to go crazy on the 4th.
Yeah. You're going to have to be really, really mindful of where you're. Like, I would stay home that day.
There's going to be a lot of pissed off people on both sides.
Yeah.
A lot of pissed off people.
No matter who wins.
Yeah, regardless of the winner.
That's why I said both sides.
It's going to go sideways.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary. It's scary to be a part of history. I'm not going to lie.
Maybe we should go drop it off Friday and then not be out on.
I'm good with that.
Drop it off.
Yeah, drop off the. I want to go drop it off. I don't want to mail it in.
Oh, your
ballot. Yeah.
It's my first one.
Well, you're too late to mail it in now, kid.
Right? Well, then we're good. No, you have until the 28th.
You know he's messing with the post office. Man, come on.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and in. We'll go ahead and in 20. Don't worry, we'll be good. We'll be good.
There's gonna be looting. There's gonna be riots.
Yeah, it's gonna be George Floyd 2.0.
Yeah, it's gonna be the purge.
Maybe that's
the
how
law's
it
gonna try to stop it, but key emphasis on try.
Well, you saw in Texas, there's only one place where you can go drop off your mail-in ballot.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
In all of Texas.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
I don't know if it's all of Texas, but it's like one of the largest counties where they used to have like 6 or 7 boxes, drop-offs.
There's only one
And
now.
now they brought it to one.
Because you start putting people in them long-ass lines, it's going to be hot here. Because it's starting to warm back up again. They said next week we should be, by the 1st, we'll be back in the 90s,
Yeah.
mid-90s.
I don't see anything happening out here, though.
No?
Nah.
Well, we had to close down where I worked
Well,
because they were doing a protest out there on El Paseo.
You know, matter of now that I think about it, they had some sort of a thing on Ramon and Gene Autry.
Mm-hmm.
And some kid tried to knock out some Trump
Supporter.
Lackey.
yeah. So but I still don't think it'll get that crazy.
I don't see it getting. I don't see it getting L.A. out of hand or anything like that. You know what I mean? But
Or Oregon out of hand.
yeah, or Oregon or Michigan or wherever else. But
Florida.
I think it will. There's going to be little spikes of shit.
Yeah.
though.
There's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be an
definitely.
impact, and it's going to be
Definitely.
noticeable.
And the fucked up part about what's going to happen here is that it's going to have absolutely little to do with politics and the decisions. It's going to be somebody taking advantage of the situation and thinking, all right, now's my time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Under the veil of the political bullshit.
Right. And try to make something happen.
Trying to make a play.
Really?
I think so.
I mean, I generally think whatever jumps off out here, it'll be just because the losing side is just going to be so pissed, talking sideways, and then somebody from the winning side is just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, because this election seems to have really divided the nation, and in a crazy way.
Well, the number of registered voters this year jumped a crazy fucking number.
Yeah. Well, because last year,
Can I correct you on something?
yeah, go ahead.
No, it's not this election that divided us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, because there's a lot of these, politically correct way of saying things, and no, the election's not dividing us. It was this president that divided us, and so now we're having to deal with it. But go on.
With that. I'll go with that. All right. I got checked
You got paychecked.
with 2 X's because I'm
Yeah.
twice as sexy. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, but there's such a divide. And I don't even think it's fucking down political lines. I think it's just a divide between, I don't want this jackass here anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't mean to be rude, but that's political.
You think?
It's the president.
Well,
it's like I say, I can't have a conversation with a Trump supporter because we're not talking about the same thing.
right.
They're talking about, oh, his economics is great. He's doing great for the economy. No, it's okay. Maybe that's true. I'm still working. I was working before he was the president. I'm working while he's the president.
Right. It hasn't affected me.
My finances hasn't been affected. Fact still remains, you've lowered the bar on what a president should be.
Yeah.
Right.
You wouldn't let that person be your child's elementary school principal, but yet you don't have a problem with him being the president.
You wouldn't
of
let
the
that
United
dude
States.
on your elementary school property.
It's crazy, and that's the whole. That's why I'm saying I can't even have a conversation with a Trump supporter because that's where I'm coming from. It ain't what he's done for the country. It ain't whether you think he's done something great or not. Because
It's him as a
don't see it.
person.
It's him as a person. I can't even let him in the door because of him being, the person that he is.
I would agree with that. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's a very strong position against who he is. I mean, from the get go, he showed who he was and what he was about, and people
Even
still,
before the get go.
yeah, and people still lined up to stand behind him. I mean, it was just amazing. I remember when he lied about something straight out, and right after that, he said, "No, I didn't." Everybody was like, "See, no, he
Yeah.
didn't."
Yeah.
The fuck?
Well, what scares me is the amount of people. Well, you know where I used to live. He was having a rally out in Bakersfield, and the amount of people that were so pissed that they couldn't get out there to go see it was like, that I knew was like, that's scary.
Really? He's El Mexico, man. He fucking makes you forget shit in seconds.
What?
Yeah, his last name should be Alzheimer's. He makes people forget all kinds of shit.
Jesus.
I'll tell you what.
Imagine if it was called Donald Alzheimer's.
Yeah, right. Holy shit.
There have been group texts that I've been in with friends and family that there are, some Trump supporters in it, and I just had to get out of them. And now, and now I'm just saying, on November 4th, I'm either going to send in a text that says I'm back, or I'm sending one that says see you in 4 years.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, dude. It'll be interesting to see how it all comes down and what plays out of it. But I'm hoping that there is a big change because we need it.
Yep,
we need it. We need it as people, not so much as we need a leader. We need somebody that
knows what the fuck they're doing and who they're doing it to.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yes. I know. Yes, when I say that, but I don't necessarily think that it'll be interesting to see how Biden tries to bring us back together. I think it's going to fall on Kamala.
Yeah, I have to admit Biden is kind of up there in age, and I'm not going to deny it.
Right.
I just feel that he's going to listen to the right. A president he's a manager.
Right.
He's the supervisor of this crew. Comes to the manager, says, "This is what's going on. These are the things we're doing," and the manager decides, "Okay, yes, continue with that, or do something different." The other crew, the other, aspect of the company, he's making these decisions based on the information he's getting.
Right.
Not because he's got a wild hair up his ass to say, I think you should do this, right. Not even knowing what's going on.
Like that whole fucking hurricane thing where he says, oh yeah, it's going to fucking hit Alabama. He drew a fucking circle into Alabama with a black Sharpie.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on, you're not a fucking scientist, bro. Just, hey, you know what? Just, you didn't even got to bring Alabama up anymore. Nobody's going to call you out on it. Just, hey, okay, so these people, hey, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God damn. We can go on about that cat all day long. And as soon as he's not president anymore, we'll be sure to let everybody have it for real. But, fuck. So would he be a meninist?
Who?
Trump?
That is the dumbest fucking question I've ever heard.
Come on, not the dumbest.
Yeah, right coming from you, that's got to be number 2.
All right.
I don't know what number 1 is, but
no.
Number 2 is Donald Trump a meninist?
He would be, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's the dumbest fucking question.
Sure. Because I didn't know where you guys were going.
Tony doesn't even know how to fucking say it, and he knows the answer.
Yeah, he was checking though. He was just checking in. You know what I mean? Make sure you are on your toes. He got you. Hey,
my toes hurt, but yeah.
You what?
My toes hurt, but yeah.
Why your toe? Oh, I don't get it, but okay. Is it because it's cold?
No.
Oh.
Anyways, we'll keep going.
I'm fucking lost. You lost me on that one. Apparently, been a long day. Been a long week.
The cold air is freezing your brain.
Yeah, something.
It's cold as shit in here.
It is. Turn it down.
Nah, I'm wearing shorts. I'm good. I don't want to get up.
Have you seen all the new prices on cars? Right now, we're heading into November.
They're going up. Am I correct?
No, I've noticed they're going down. Even on like brand new Fords, you can get a lease on a F-150 for like $199.
I was reading news stories that prices on vehicles are going up because the demand is there because people are, why is the demand going up?
How is it that people are not working and we have all these unemployment rates?
Maybe it's on used cars.
Used cars, yes.
Okay. Maybe that's
the price of used cars has gone up a lot because people were at the beginning of it were trading in,
right? Because
they were doing all that shit with you won't have to make a payment for 6 months and blah blah blah. So there'll be a lot of new cars coming up in about 4.5 months probably that you can get real cheap too. But there's a lot of old stock from 2020 that they haven't sold that is starting to go cheap.
Really?
Like, I was looking at Volkswagen, and they had a rough year because they because all of
They
that
had a
shit
recall,
with the
right?
all of that shit with the exhaust.
That's not recent, is it? That's
Well, yeah, but they had to pay a big ass fine. It just
that
happened
was a few years ago, wasn't it?
No, it just happened.
Didn't Volkswagen go through something a couple of years ago?
They did, but they had a certain amount of time to pay it, I believe is what it was.
Okay.
And so now they're having a hard time selling vehicles, or so I read that they were having a hard time selling vehicles because of all the problems that they were having. Like they have a brand new an Atlas Cross.
Yes, I saw that.
God damn, that
commercial.
car looks nice,
Does
dude.
it? You think?
Yeah. I like it.
It's a SUV.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
crossover, yeah. But you know what's weird is when I first moved back like 3 years ago, I was looking to buy a car cash. I really wanted my Escalade, but I was having a hard time finding one. And I had found something at the Chevy dealership or the GMC dealership there on I-10. And I walked in and it was a couple of $1,000s more than what I wanted to pay. I was like, hey, dude, I got 10 racks on me right now. We don't care.
Yes.
Cash is, I don't mean nothing.
I'm looking to buy myself a used car now too. A truck actually, but yeah, I'm learning cash is not king anymore.
It is not, dude. And that's so crazy because, like, that's their trick. When they bring you in, okay, well, do you have anything more to put down? We'll try to get you to the payment that you want to make, but do you have more to put down?
Right.
Because they get to keep that. But now I guess they're getting a kickback from
The
finance company,
Yeah.
and that's why they don't want to do cash deals.
Yeah, because they can extend, have you making payments monthly for the next couple of years,
Right.
bringing in more money.
Doing 7 years on a used car. You only got like 6 months worth of warranty,
Yeah.
6.5 years worth of payments after that.
Dude,
Shit. It's crazy.
I need to learn how to buy a used car. I'm looking online. I'm looking at YouTube videos. They're saying if you want to buy a car with cash, don't tell them you have cash. Wait until the very last minute. Pretend like you're going to finance.
And negotiate that shit.
Negotiate it all the way down, because what you need is that price, the actual price of the vehicle, to be down as low as possible because you're paying cash.
Right.
They don't know it, but that's what that's the card up your sleeve that you're trying to play.
When I bought my my Maxima that I had, that's what I did. I went in and I said, okay, so I'm looking to buy this car. I says, and if you're looking to make a deal today, I'm looking to buy it. So, but let's go take it for a test drive. Okay. So we're taking it for a test drive. Well, are you trading in? And we're not there yet. What do you plan on financing? We're not there yet. So we still got some things to talk about. All right. Well, it would just help if I knew we're not there yet. Let's talk about the price of the car. Let's talk about what you're going to sell me that car
That's
for.
exactly what I'm seeing on these videos.
Yeah, and I did the same thing, dude. When I went to go look, because I didn't want to get gouged. You know what I mean? And it was used when I bought it, and apparently they put leather in it themselves. It came with cloth seats, and they hadn't sold it, so they put a leather kit in it. So I was like, so somebody had priced it. It should have been $27,000, and it was marked at 20. It should have been 27,100, and they had it marked down to 21,700.
Damn.
Right. So I told him, I said, well, I'll take it for 20. And he said, well, let me go talk to my boss real quick. And the boss came back and brought me the paperwork. So he says, if you don't take it today, as soon as you leave, I'm changing the price on it back to 27,100. So if you want it, you got to take it now. Somebody made a mistake. And
for
and
the
it's
20?
yours.
You got to take it now for the...
Take it for the 21,700.
Okay.
He said, I can't do anything less than that. I mean, that you're getting $7,000 off on it already. I said, well, make it an even 21 and we'll call it a deal. All right, cool. So I'm sitting there and the dude's asking me, cool, well, are you going to finance? Are you going to trade in? Hey, hold on, dude. We just finished the price of the... We're not there yet, brother. Hold on. I said, how much are you going to give me for my truck if I trade it in? Let's go there. Well, what do you owe on it? Oh, like $6,500. All right, let me go see. He comes back, all right, we'll pay off your truck. All right, so you'll pay off my truck, nothing down, and I get it for $21,000. Yep, that's what we're talking about. All right, cool. I have my own financing. Oh. Well, you don't want to talk to our finance people because they might be able to get you something better. I said, yeah, I'll talk to her. Let's go.
That's another thing I saw in the video.
So I went and I talked to the finance lady, and she says, well, I get you down 3% or 2.5% from where you are. I can do you another year out, and then we'll add the extended warranty, and that'll put you back to where you were when you came in here. I was like, all right. And she, oh, you work at Aaron's? Yeah. She said, hey, I'm looking for these tables at blah, blah. I have those exact tables at my store. And she says, well, can you help me out? Hell yeah, I can. I said, you throw in a year's worth of oil changes and I'll go bring you the tables right now. Oh, well, I can't have them here. I got to have them delivered to my house. Where do you live? And she lived over the hill. I said, well, I can't take them all the way out there. I said, but I'll bring them to you here. You're just going to have to figure out how to get them home. She said, okay, that's fine. I said, as a matter of fact, I'll bring them to you in a box. You can probably just put them in your car. You'll just have to build them when you get home. All right. So I went and I bought them on my dollar, my price. So I paid like $75 for the two tables that we sell for like, $400.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Furniture is 50%. So if a couch is $800, it costs $400 to build and ship.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a 50% markup. And right now is not the time to buy gold, right?
I don't buy gold, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Silver?
No.
Okay, don't buy silver now either.
You sound like you're trying to scam him.
Right?
My friend, do you buy gold?
Right? So yeah, dude, I ended up walking out of there with a sweet deal, 21.7.
So you did finance with them?
Yeah, I ended up financing with them.
Because in these videos that I'm seeing, that they said don't, even if you're paying cash, it might be worth listening to their finance department and making the payments.
Right.
And maybe paying it off early. But just because they can give you such a great deal on, financing, you don't necessarily turn a blind eye to it.
Right. Because it's always good to have on your credit. I mean, that's what I did. I did that wrong when I went in and I bought that Cadillac. I bought it cash, and I had paid everything off. So my credit plummeted because I didn't have any outstanding debt.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? The house was paid, the Cadillac was paid, all that shit. I didn't have any outstanding debt. So when I went back to go look at my credit, which I had in almost the 700s, was down to like in the 520s because I wasn't making payments on anything.
Isn't it a trip how that works?
Mm-hmm. It's so, and you got to be really careful. Like there's companies out there that say that they'll help you, right? Like, or you'll look at Credit Karma, or even when you download the Experian app, you have to be careful because what they're doing on those apps is they're using the Advantage score, the Advantage 8. Okay. The Advantage 8 is different than the FICO score. So the Advantage has been around, I think like 10 or 15 years, something like that. And it's a new formula of figuring out your credit worthiness, to where the other one has been around since the like 50s.
Okay.
So everybody gravitates to that one.
Well, don't you check it by looking at 3 different companies?
Yeah, there's 3. There's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Okay.
So those 3 are the main ones that are used. But those 3 can be used by Advantage and FICO, and they calculate them. They're just different calculations. Like FICO uses like what your debt to income ratio is, and what your house payment would be, what your car payment would be, and it allows you a certain percentage for every part of what your life would be. and payments, on-time payments, all this other bullshit, right? And then the Advantage score uses a bigger portion of on-time payments as opposed to FICO. So every time you make a payment, the Advantage score will go up if it's made on time, or you lower your percentage.
Okay.
So you have to be really careful. A lot of places, like if you're buying a house, they don't use the Advantage score. FICO, strictly FICO. And then you have to have, like, they can get you a house at 580, but 620 is preferred. You should really have a 680 to get a conventional loan. Higher than that, if you're in the sevens, they can buy you points against your house, and your interest rate is lower, which right now the interest rates are so low anyways. Now would be the time to buy or refinance.
When you say it's good to carry debt, because that's how you raise your score, just as long as you make your payments on time.
Correct. And what you want to do is... Go ahead,
but when you say carry debt, would that mean if you use your credit card but pay it off at the end of the month?
No. That's the wrong way.
And the reason I'm asking is because both my kids, we opened up credit cards for them to start establishing their credit.
Right.
But the thing is, if they don't really use them, but when they do, we pay it off right away.
It establishes credit.
It's under their names.
It establishes credit, and credit is established through longevity and payment history. So the longer you have it, the higher your score will be. Make sense? So, like, if you have a card and you've only had it for a year, that's new credit.
Okay.
But you had a card and you had it for 17 years, on-time payments, that's really good credit. Now, the way they tell you is never carry more than 15 or 17% worth of credit on your card. So
15 or 17% of what?
Of your
income?
No, of your available credit.
Okay. So don't go past...
Correct.
15% of your available
Correct.
credit.
So you can go past it, but at the end of the month, pay it down to where you're at 17%. Always only carry that amount on your card.
And that will
shows
strengthen
that
your credit.
Because then you know how to maintain and use your credit.
Listen, people.
You know what I mean? I've had to learn a lot of it because of all that shit that I went through. Dude, I missed one payment in 9 years, and it dropped my score 40 points. One payment, and I called the fucking company. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. I was in the middle of a move. I totally forgot that I even put gas on the car. It was a fucking gas card with a $300 credit limit because I've never used it, right? I used it one time because I didn't have cash and I didn't have my card, but I had that one in the console of the car. So I used it. Okay, cool. I'll just put it on this. Forgot I put gas on it. Forgot I had to make the payment. And I called him, hey, listen, this is the first time missing a payment. Like, is there any way that we can, take it back off? Like, I've already paid it all off. But no, we can't do that. You missed a payment. It's got to stay on there. I was like, son of a bitch. And they wouldn't take it off. And it cost me 40 points. And I remember going when we were looking to buy Sebastian a car. They ran my credit at, like, what did I tell you? 15 like different companies to find somebody to lend on the car that we bought him.
Why? If your credit was bad?
Well, that was right before I figured out how much it had dropped after paying everything off. That's how I found out. They were like, because I walked in like king shit, but I don't fucking own nothing. You know what I mean? I got a little stack of cash in my pocket. What car you want, me on? I got you, right? No, sir, your credit is what did you say your credit was? Should be a little bit above 700. When was the last time you checked your credit? Why? You're well below 6, sir. I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
I was like in the 540 range, bro. And I was like, wait, hold up. So what happened is after that card came through that I missed a payment, right?
Okay.
It dropped my score. Well, the credit cards that I was using, they check every month or every 3 months. And it just so happened that was the month that they decided to check credit. to decide if they were going to give you an increase or they were going to drop your available balance. So this company called Synchrony had taken over like 6 of my credit cards. And the day that happened was the day that they pulled the credit and saw that, and 6 of my credit cards went down to the available to the balance that I had on the cards, which is what plummeted my score, because then it looked like I didn't know how to maintain my cards. And all the payments had been made on time. I mean, I was legit on them. And I called him and I was like, dude, I've been with you guys for like this 15 fucking years. I haven't missed any payments with you. Why are you dropping my score? Oh, well, it looks like your score dropped down to blah, blah, blah. I said, yes, but what about my credit history with you? Like, I understand that happened. Here's why. They won't take it up. Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. That's all that we... Let me have your manager. Waited for half an hour for a manager to come on. Yeah, sir, unfortunately, until you bring the score back up. Well, how? You dropped all my fucking balances. All my limits. It looks like I don't know how to use my credit. So it screwed me for a long time, dude. Like, I'm just now starting to climb out of that hole.
Do you check your credit regularly?
I check it through Credit Karma, because I understand the gap difference. But the problem is that it could be anywhere between like 130 points. So like 30 or 100 points difference between what Credit Karma is and what your FICO score is.
So could you check your FICO score?
You could check it once a year without it affecting your score.
And why does it affect your score if people are checking it?
Because that means that you're trying to get credit.
Isn't it the whole idea?
It is, but if you have too many too fast, they think that you're trying to overextend yourself.
Oh, okay.
Too much new credit can hurt you. So you get credit, pay it for a couple of years, and then after that, you get another one. Don't get them all at the same time, because that'll screw you.
Man,
it is such a balancing act, and quite honestly, people, listen. I'm going to be honest with you. All the information that I shared on here, I might be wrong. They may have changed some of that shit.
Christ, what a way to fucking end that.
No. Like they may have changed that shit. Like, I know that for me, that's what I was told, and that's how I was able to regain my credit.
What a way your fuck the system, screw credit rant ends. I might be wrong. That's like ending advice with your friend as, but I don't know.
No, I know what I'm talking about,
but do you?
Yeah, no, I do. But at the same time, hey, go do your own fucking homework. Don't listen to me. You know what I mean?
That's like ending a conversation where you've given advice to your friend ends, but I don't know. So
I just pulled a fucking Trump.
You asked me? What'd you ask me for?
Well, your fault for not checking, motherfucker. Why are you calling me?
What a way to end that.
Better call your baby daddy and ask him some shit about credit, because I don't know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. But yeah, it's been it's hard though, dude. Once your credit goes south, like, it's really, really difficult. Now, look, if you ever find yourself where your credit is bad, you've let a payment go for a long time, you can call the company right before it goes into collections and negotiate what you pay for it, and say, okay, so you start at 15%, because that's about what they're going to get. They get pennies on the dollar for what your debt is if they sell it out, right? So you offer them 15% of what your debt is, but you ask them to pay for deletion. So I'm going to pay you, but you have to take it off my credit. And you have to be able to negotiate. You got to start at 15 and have a number ready that you can go all the way up to.
Percentage-wise.
Right, and be ready to pay it. Because if they say yes, all right, cool, and they'll send you a letter. They'll email you a letter right then and there. And then that way it comes off of your credit, and that negative mark on your credit is gone.
But then again, he might not know, so.
Yeah, it might have changed since the last time he has to do that.
Look, I just did that shit like last month, okay? I know it's real. Fuck.
You're welcome for that.
Huh?
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. My son's an asshole, just to let you guys know.
As if you didn't know for the past 75 episodes.
Yeah, right? You haven't figured it out on your
Welcome
own.
to Catch Up.
Yeah, right? Jesus criminy. Well, all right. Anybody got anything else?
I'm good.
Are we not talking about Seabass's birthday?
Oh, that's right.
I have a
Couple
birthday?
more days,
We do that?
Yeah.
a few more days out.
So on
To say that I'm not stressed about this birthday is a lie.
where are you?
I don't know. I don't know what you plan on doing.
Well, your mom's not coming.
Oh, that makes you feel a bit. Okay, cool. We're good.
Fuck. So we're gonna be at it's so his birthday's November 1st. So we're gonna spend Halloween night like 10, 11 o'clock maybe at the casino. And then at midnight start buying him drinks, which also happens to be daylight savings. So you're gonna get 3 hours worth of drinking because at 2 o'clock it goes back an hour.
So when people
So last
say that
call
you
is
get an
extended.
extra hour of sleep, I get an extra hour of alcohol.
Are you excited about it though? What is there a drink that you're looking forward to having?
Good question.
I don't know. I follow this bartending thing on Facebook. I shouldn't. I'm not 21.
Sound like they're fucking
I know.
serving you
I know,
alcohol.
but there's a
You're
thing
gonna
called a
slide this
Scooby
drink in
snack.
your DM. A Scooby snack?
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
a
of those.
shot.
Yeah, I've heard of
I
those.
think it's like there's like lemon liqueur or something like that in it, and then they do whipped cream on the top. There's two different types of alcohol that goes into it, and then there's whipped cream on the top. I don't know if they do that there, but
Okay. Well, we'll find out.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
You can have a slippery nipple. There's a buttery nipple. There's a.
A buttery?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I like rum and Coke.
All right.
Bacardi and Coke.
Most bars have at least 5 different rums,
I'm good with that. I don't
so
care.
we'll
Fuck
try
it.
them out.
I like Malibu.
Can I get
need
all
the sweet stuff?
whatever rum you got? Put it with Coke. Line it up in front of me.
Now, are you gonna do just rum and coke, or are you gonna do Cuba Libras?
I don't know what that is.
That's it. Just a twist of lime.
Oh, well, that sounds even better.
It is.
Okay,
It's good. It just takes that little bit of bite off.
I like
Tequila.
that. I feel like I'm not gonna have a choice.
Yeah,
at
you're gonna
that
start
point.
off with the tequila shot.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask anybody that does do that for him. Don't buy him 1800. Don't do that to him on his first night. 1800 sucks, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like alcohol, like that alcohol has a burn
But-
and a smell that's just
But the thing is, at that age, that's what
That's
they
what he's
drink.
supposed to have,
yeah,
right?
You're supposed to go through that
yeah. You're not supposed
to,
to have
to,
top
to
shelf.
appreciate the top shelf.
Fuck that. Give them all the 1800.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that bottle down there without a label. Let me have some of that.
Oh Jesus!
You better be glad they don't sell absinthe here in the U.S.
I've heard about that.
Whew.
I know that you're not supposed to even put the you spray that shit onto the glass.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Our buddy Manuel, he got me drinking a couple of times. I couldn't really do it too much. Bacardi 151 and Coke.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's like
any
jet
Bacardi
fuel.
and Coke.
Yep.
Any Bacardi and Coke is good.
Triple sec, right?
I don't know if they put that in there.
That's orange, right?
No.
Oh.
You need to have a Long Island iced tea,
Oh yeah.
Sex on the Beach, Harvey Wallbanger,
Tequila Sunrise.
Tequila Sunrise. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
it's
Tequila with orange juice and
grenadine.
yeah.
Oh, that might not be bad.
So that it's clear, so it looks like the water.
and then it looks like a sunrise.
Yep. And then you have a shark bite. Have you ever had a shark?
Nope.
You ever heard of that?
No.
It's they do blue liqueur, and then they put grenadine in it, so it looks like
Ooh.
blood on top of the
Oh,
water.
wow.
All this sounds so good. I hate it. I'm
There's,
gonna want to try all of it.
there's one called the Blue Lagoon. That's a motherfucker.
A Jaeger bomb,
Oh,
Fuck no.
a Boilermaker.
oh yeah, I gotta have a Boilermaker.
What's a Boilermaker?
Drop a shot in a.
You have a tall glass of beer. You take a shot of tequila, I guess, and you drop it in it, and you chug the whole thing,
Fuck that. Beer's gross.
and let that shot glass hit you in your tooth.
And then you can tell stories about how it
Yeah.
chipped. God, what else? I think we got all the good ones, Tony. Well, you can have an adios motherfucker at the end of the night.
What's that?
Adios motherfucker.
Well, tell me what it is.
There's a pink panties. There's purple nurple. What else is there? What am I missing?
I don't know.
Upside down orgasm.
You ever have we used to call it Jesus juice. I mean, they're not gonna
That's
serve that
wine?
there. No, it's we used to get orange sherbet ice cream, a 2-liter bottle of 7-Up, and then you pour that in there, and then you pour clear liquors, gin, vodka,
Oh, gin's good.
and something else. What else is clear?
Gin's the first thing I ever drank.
Is rum?
Rum,
clear?
everything's clear. Yeah, you can get
it just it has to be clear alcohol, and then you just pour it into a glass, put a scoop of ice cream in it. Oh, dude,
It's a fucked up root beer float.
We used to call it "Oh Jesus." We do it at truck runs.
Jesus juice.
Yeah, and we do it with Everclear.
Ooh,
I've only heard bad stories about that shit.
But what you do is, because in Arizona they sell Everclear in 3-liter bottles,
Holy shit.
so you'd get it like you can get it mixed with grape, you can get it like orange, and we get the one that was Sprite ish because it wasn't Sprite, right? So the lemon lime drink
lime
with
flavor,
that shit in it,
carbonated
and we would
water.
just use that with the orange sherbet ice cream, and
That
we'd
sounds
put
good.
it we'd put it in a kiddie pool.
Can we get one? Oh,
And
well,
we'd sell
not
straws.
that, but
yeah. We used to
how about we
put
just
it in
get a
big
pint
punch
of orange
bowl.
sherbet, a 2-liter, and then whatever other drink, and we'll try it. I want to try one. That sounds good.
That, it is good. It actually, I mean, I haven't had
It's
it.
got
for
ice cream.
years,
I like
but-
ice cream. I gotta sound like the kid, right?
Right?
Why
Well,
not?
when he's in that Scooby snack with
Yeah.
the whipped cream, I was like, okay.
It looks good. What do you want?
Until that whipped cream comes out of your nose, kid.
Whatever.
This is gonna be a lot of fun though.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, no, it'll be good.
You said yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for me. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we should have you have. Any other drink that should be on your list of do's? We'll think of one though.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Jaeger?
No.
It's like tastes like
It
black
scares
licorice.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta be
fuck
cold.
that.
Gotta be
I
cold.
don't like black licorice.
We used
I don't
to
like anise.
we knew there was time to leave because white boys would get there and start drinking the
Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger bombs and start, woo, getting fucked up. Fuck that, it's time to go.
Yeah.
White people gonna get crazy up in this motherfucker.
I don't know.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so
I
Hol-
saw somebody post a picture of like a cherry flavored liquor next to a Dr. Pepper, and I want to try that.
Oh, flaming Dr. Pepper. What was that?
No,
We used
no.
to do flaming Dr. Peppers.
But now they'll
I don't
probably do
remember
it
what
with
it
that
was.
shit.
Fireball?
There's some
Yeah.
Fireball ones. There's one that's like a cinnamon roll that you can get with a Fireball.
Really?
Yeah, that should sound good too. All right, so Agua Caliente right here off of the 10, gonna be there Halloween night about 10:30 to hang out, and then start buying him drinks at midnight. Help him celebrate his 21st birthday.
birthday. I'm not going to remember it.
Yep, it'll be fun.
For you.
Somebody
yeah.
will have a camera.
Yeah.
All of us will have a camera.
Yeah. Including me.
Yeah, there'll be things put out there, and send your pictures to mom in the morning. Let her
Why do
see
you hate me? What did I do to you?
We'll talk about it later.
I'm nothing but the best for you. You asshole.
I'm doing this for you. What are you talking about?
Mm.
Having everybody come out
We'll
and
find out.
enjoy and have
Wake
such a
up with
great
fucking
time.
powder on my nose. I'm going to be pissed.
You wake up with a midget, you're gonna be really mad.
I'm going to drop kick it out of a window.
Oh, don't. Oh my god. I wonder if we can get some midgets to come.
No. Stop.
No
You're
midgets?
not funny.
You want dancers there? You want some strippers?
No. I want to drink and have fun. Fuck you. Stop trying to be funny.
Well, they like to drink.
It's my birthday. It's what I want, not what you want. All right?
All right, so what do you want?
To drink and have fun. I literally just said that.
That's it? That's all you want?
Yeah, I don't care. You know I'm very minimalist. That's the word. That's when it's appropriate.
So just one stripper.
No,
Just
none.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Relax. Take a deep breath.
No,
Don't panic. It's going to be all
I
right.
haven't eaten today, so
Really? At all?
yeah, at all.
Oh. Yeah, your fucking sugar's
Yeah.
plummeting right now.
Yeah,
All right, cool deal. Any last words?
no.
How about, hey, come see me on
Don't
Halloween
show up.
night?
Don't come.
So Halloween night, Augustine Casino, or not Augustine, Agua Caliente Casino right here off the 10, 10:30 at the first bar, or are we going to there's a bar in the middle now too, right?
There's
what I heard.
the 360, which is a sports bar, and then they've got a bar right next to it. which is like a circular bar in the middle.
Shit, we'll just do the bar
Yeah,
crawl
I
in the casino.
Bar
And then
hopping.
they got one, where the valet is. They've got one over there.
Okay.
That's the first one where you walk into.
Every restaurant's got to have something, right?
Yep. All right, cool. Any final words, Tony?
No, I'm good.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple of days. Love you. Thank you so much for listening.